I'm doing a full crypto market breakdown using technical analysis. This is over 2 hours worth of footage sped up just for you. We just got some major closures on the monthly and weekly time frame. You won't believe where Bitcoin, the total market cap, and also are headed next. This is for entertainment purposes only, not financial advice. So what I'm doing right now is I am breaking down the charts from the 12-month, and I'm going to work all the way back down to the 4-hour time frame. This is called top-down analysis. The reason why we do it like this is so we get a full scale of the market. Most people do not even go above the daily time frame. Most people are so engrossed in the 4 hours, so it's good to see an outside perspective of the long term. And if you don't zoom out, you will get called out and you will lose a lot of money. Stay tuned for the next weekly crypto speedrun. Let me know if you want more content just like this. If you want me to release the 2-hour version, I will. So right now I'm mapping out my zones. The reason why I'm mapping out my zones, and I don't like to have everything on my charts. I like to keep a nice clean chart. The reason why you want to have a nice clean chart so your eyes are able to see better. So now I finished up from the 12-month. I broke it down to 6 so I can see more wicks. The reason why I'm placing the wicks up top, as you can see, the monthly closures on the 6-month, everything's closing below. Sure, we have wicks above, but since it's closing below, it is showing a more bearish term. So really and truly, this rise really is not like a bull run. The sentiment isn't there. The people that are in crypto are very hyper and very into the ecosystem. But from the outside perspective, you don't see like your grandma really talk about Bitcoin or whatnot. It was not like how it was in 2021. That is peak euphoria. Right now, I really do believe that, as you can see, there's a lot of things pointing down. The market seems like it's topped. So the basics of technical analysis is you want to first do a top-down analysis, keep working down your charts. As you can see, I'm on a 3-month now. Keep placing my trend lines, keep placing the fibs, trying to find new things, new ways to see the market, see how many correlations I can stack up to a strong region. As you can see, this $300 billion region is a very strong region. There's a lot of liquidity right there. It's the previous breakout that still has not gotten filled. It's a multi-year area. So we will, I believe, come back to that area eventually. I don't know if we're going to come back this year, next year, but I do believe we will get there eventually. And I do believe that that would be a great opportunity to buy, because obviously just because I'm predicting that the market will come down to that area, possibly even lower to 100 billion. The reason why it's not a bad thing, and it's the point where you should buy, everyone's going to be in max fear. No one's going to be buying that. The same thing happened during, the virus breakout. When Bitcoin dropped all the way down to 3,000, everyone said it was over, but it's really never over. Whenever everyone's thinking one way, you want to do the opposite. That's why everyone's saying we're going to go to 100K, started marking out what's going down. Trying to find new trend lines, everything goes to 0, so it's invalidated. Same thing, 1, 2, 3, map it out. Everything works in threes. The market loves doing things in threes because the human mind just loves seeing the 2 trend lines connect, once 2 wicks connect, and the human mind see a trend line, everyone goes to buy the trend line, and of course it's going to dip even further through, or maybe rip straight through it. Just common sense, because everyone's taught to go buy off of that. Constantly just doing the opposite. Trading is a lovely game. It's something, there's nothing like trading the markets. You're just constantly working on yourself. Honestly, while I'm looking back now, I do see that I missed a couple things. As you can see right there, the range where I have the 0 on the fib, we finally broke the range with a body candle. It's not like it's a wick. So this is completely different scenario now. This is completely bearish. There's really nothing else to really get fulfilled. Of course, I'm mapping out because by right, I don't choose sides. I don't have a hard bias. I do still see, as you can see, I mapped out how we could go higher, but I'm also so fixated on all this liquidity that should be taken out by coming down. One, two, three, mapped it out. as you can see, my trend lines might be weirder than other people. The reason why that is because you want to cut, when you're making a trend line, they say trend lines don't work, this doesn't work. Sometimes you just have to use things in an intelligent manner. And the reason why I just went on Twitter, I don't use social media, the only reason why I go on it is just to get a quick gauge of how the sentiment is, how other people are viewing the markets, and if they're really excited. But honestly, it got to the point where I don't even have to go on it. I could just tell from looking at the candle, I just know what the vast majority of people are thinking, just based off a single candle. That's what's so dangerous about the Maribozus, just like what we had. Technically, that's a Maribozu closure too. On the weekly right there, it's a full candle, barely any wicks. But when it's green, that's what brings people to FOMO. As you can tell on my charts, I do not have colors on my candles. I always love to preach this. Do not have colors on your candles. You won't understand how much it would really help you in your trading, in your psychology. Because green and red, I've said this so many times, green and red, what are we taught? Green's good, green's nature, green's money. And then what? Red is bad, red is murder, red is all these horrible things. You go to a stoplight, stop sign, stop. We're always taught red means caution, green means it's okay to go. That's why every single exchange and every broker has green and red candles, because they want you to go buy when it's the wrong time. But you have to know to buy when it's red. Not red as in this little dip when we're always up here. You have to buy at bottoms. You have to buy where liquidity, where everyone actually loses belief. Not when we have a $10,000 drop. Say Bitcoin goes to $40,000. I'm not saying to go buy that. With your life savings, go all in. That's a horrible place, personally. It's not financial advice. It's a horrible place to do that. We have so much further downside. Do not do that. But then you'll go on social media and you'll see people online saying, diamond hands, this is what life, if you don't buy now, you're gonna miss out on generational wealth. No, dude. But right now I'm seeing a potential head and shoulders, because I obviously want to map out both sides, even though personally, for my liking, I don't really care about the short-term moves at this point, because we've just been in a range for over 7 months. I'm checking out my other chart. Haven't checked my charts in a couple weeks because the way I map out my charts, I really don't have to. Going on the daily time frame nowadays, ever since the ETFs dropped, it's a lot of chop. The market dynamics has really changed. So I'm just reviewing Bitcoin now. As you see, looking around 35. I don't like having my zones too big. I like to have them more precise in a sense. It's not really ego, it's just you get refined entries that way, and it's good to practice that. Just try to get refined entries to get better in practicing. Just look at how I draw my trend lines, look at how I draw my fibs, look how I'm flipping the charts, look how I'm checking the CME gaps to show where potentially we could keep going down. I'm just updating it. So I haven't checked it in a couple months, honestly, because we haven't been going down. So just clearing out my CME gaps. Checking the Bitcoin dominance. Personally, I do believe that the Bitcoin dominance is going to push. Make alt squeeze even further. Because when you really think about it, alts are so low right now. And since alts are so low, how much lower can they really go if Bitcoin and the total market cap are clearly showing clear signs of the structure breaking, and that we're gonna go lower? The alts are more than likely not gonna go to zero. So when that time comes, don't be in fear. You'll really know. You could just correlate it. That's why I'm correlating my total market cap and Bitcoin, so I can see the exact area around about. When they both come into there, you'll see, gauge the sentiment. One. See how it's coming down on the 4 hour. See the wicks, wait for the closure. Look at the other alts, like Ethereum, Solana, XRP. And if they're all around the same point, that's probably a bottom. That's a good sign you could put in money. That doesn't mean go all in, because you never really want to go all in at one singular point, in case you have to go down into drawdown and there's another. does another pull down, so we're gonna have more capital to buy more. But make sure you like this video just so I could grow my channel. I want to just keep giving true and real information about trading and psychology, because a lot of people fail and it's really not their fault. It's because the things that they're taught is just a sheep to another sheep in a sense. If you want the full breakdown, the 2-hour version, let me know down in the comments and I will post it for you. As you see, whenever I'm drawing levels, I like to go check back in history to see where points we reversed. I really do like going off of wicks, maybe sometimes a body, something that just looks like from a big move to like a really low move. So it's usually a key area to put a zone. Drawing trend lines, drawing counter trend lines to see where the market could bounce off of, because the market doesn't move in one straight line. The market constantly bounces from trend line to trend line in a sense. That's why I have counter trend lines constantly. I didn't like how my chart was, that's why I feel like it took me so long. So now I'm just reapplying the color scheme because it was affecting my eyes. I wasn't seeing clearly. One, two, threes. Just checking out. The reason why I went to the line chart here is because the closures, the line charts don't show the wicks where the price actually flew. It shows the closures, so that's a very key sign. And you can see the structures honestly going down and lower. I'm constantly comparing between Bitcoin and total market cap to see where they compare. As you can see, Bitcoin's holding the 78.6, while the total market cap isn't. This is very big. And the closures on the line chart are showing that we can come all the way down to potentially 42,000 as a closure, potentially deeper into the 30,000s. Just be prepared, be cautionary, make sure you're not fully in the market, and be safe out there. Have a great day, like and subscribe. We are Unchained. We're breaking the fundamentals of trading and the standards.